Currently, I'm the Global Director of Digital Strategy for a business called Brand New Media. We have a footprint of studios around the world in multiple countries. We create video content for brands in those countries, and we launch branded channels for those brands around the world. But by a long shot, our business has a very big footprint in Asia. We are very focused on Asia in the coming 2 years. Our Singapore team has extensive experience on the ground in Singapore and in other countries. We're about to launch in Manila in the Philippines in 2015 and Indonesia shortly after. And I genuinely believe that the Leaders Program helped me get this role, or at least seal this role, because of the amount of information that I had in my head and in my toolkit of experience around cultural intelligence, understanding what those markets were like from a people point of view. And I've also been able to work with our teams and help to internally educate around those regions, in fact in Australia and the Australian team, in order to help us get a better outcome in Asia. So I really think that, meeting the CEO when I was doing my interview and being able to communicate that I had that kind of experience around what it was like up in Asia from business point of view, really helped to seal me getting the role at the end of the day. My AsiaLink work project was called Asia Digital Australia. I'm a stalwart of the digital media industry, and I identified very quickly that there was a fairly big disconnect in the digital media industry in Australia with their constantly looking inside of Australia for audience. I identified that there was more audience north of us in Asia, and probably more opportunities for digital organisations. So my project set out to create a website, blog, networking events, and some learning events as well, bringing people together from the industry to inspire them to look to Asia for their outcome around audience for their own content. It was extremely successful, and whilst the website doesn't live on anymore, the project seems to have taken on a life of its own, and I still get contacted on a very regular basis with people asking me how to get content distributed up into Asia, and I've even spoken at events about it as well. My advice to any professional thinking about joining the program is to not think about it and do it. Procrastination is not the answer to the question here. And absolutely the second piece of advice I would give you is to go in with a very open mind, ready to learn. It turned out for me to be a fire hose of information. It was really quite extraordinary what I did actually learn and what I came away with. So I think the most important thing is to really go in, I think, ready to learn and ready to embrace what you're taught, and also be prepared for a little bit of an emotional bump along the way, because some of the things that you learn in the program can be challenging to what you know as history in your own life, especially when you get into the most extraordinary parts of the cultural intelligence workshops and things like that. But really, number one is don't think about it, do it. It's absolutely worth it.
Well, I'm a tax director in PwC's China desk, and there I help Chinese inbound companies to set up in Australia and conduct business, and also help a lot of Australian companies go up to China, set up their businesses over there. The Leaders Program influenced me in that it gave me a great amount of skills to apply in my day-to-day job, and it really gave me a lot of insights into the complexities of doing business in a cross-cultural perspective. My AsiaLink work project took the opportunity of our visiting PwC China colleagues who are down here working with my assurance and tax colleagues here at PwC. It was a project which revolved around observing how the interactions occur between our China and Australian colleagues. And the aim of the project was to sort of observe what's occurred, watch the cultural interactions, the misunderstandings, and use that as an opportunity, as a learning point for those of us who haven't had the opportunity to work up in the Asian region. And it was a really great opportunity to see how we could take that and broaden those lessons out to the wider firm, to set us really well placed for the future in terms of working with our colleagues in the wider Asian region. I'd certainly say you should do it, and the advice I would give to them is that it's a great opportunity to really understand how you interact and really get to understand how you think. And that's really vital when you're working in a cross-cultural scenario where you need to understand what biases, what views you bring to the table. And the program will really help you understand what they are. It'll help you understand how best to interact in those situations, and it'll give you a great insight into the great challenges but the great fun you'll have working cross-border in the Asian region.
I am the Southeast Asia Peninsula Desk Leader and International Tax Director at PwC Australia. The Leaders Program provided me with the opportunity to network with emerging leaders in Australia as well as in the region and Asian experts. I also had the opportunity to participate in high-quality Asia-Link events relating to Asia, which is very relevant to my role at PwC. My Asia-Link Workplace project was to organize a series of presentations and roundtable discussions to attract Southeast Asian investors into Australia and Australian investors into Southeast Asia. The aim of the project was to highlight key opportunities and ways to navigate through the challenges investing into the region. The topics discussed included how to do business successfully in Asia. My key advice would be open to learning about Asia and sharing your experiences on Asia with your colleagues. As someone from a Southeast Asian background, I found myself learning about other Asian cultures and ways of doing business. My other advice would be to create and maintain the strong Asia-Link network that would be beneficial for your personal and professional development.